What is going on, y'all beautiful people, man? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Let me just get up real quick. My butt's kind of hurting, but I hope you guys are having an amazing one today. In this video, what we are basically going to be talking about is being able to have everything that we need within and being able to be satisfied within with God. Now, this is a powerful thing. This is literally a powerful thing, because what we realize, what I'm learning from, is a book called Letting Go, and he talks about how when we have attachments to the world and the things of this world, that's what causes pain, that's what causes struggle. Now this goes for our loved ones, this goes for our attachment to our jobs, this goes for our attachment to our success, our attachment and our needs, and we have all these wants and needs. And when we have attachments in this world, just like it says in the Bible, like God says, when we have attachments to this world, it becomes so hard because you are going to be attached to that thing. And when you lose it, or when you potentially might lose it, it's going to be very hard on you. And like Jesus says, either Jesus or God, they say it's important for us to be of the world, but not in the world, but not of it. Something like that. Basically being in the world, but not fully attached to the world. Something so powerful that is like profound. But what we basically realize is, in the book, he talks about a lot of the times we're facing the struggle that comes from these attachments that we might not even know that we have. The example that he gave in the book is there was a guy that wanted to go on a cruise. He wanted to go on a cruise, but he ended up losing his passport like barely before the cruise, and he was so pissed at himself, he was so upset, and he was struggling to try to find his passport, and it was just so, the anxiety was coming, the stress was coming, all of it was coming. And what he realized when he really sat down and thought about it, and he applied this technique, the letting go technique, where you really are trying to let go and surrender, he realized that his attachment wasn't just to losing the passport and wanting to go on the cruise, but it was also to the fact that his wife, or his girlfriend, his significant other, was going to go on the cruise, and he was scared that because they weren't going to be together, he might lose her, she might be upset. And that's a normal thing to think about. He felt like he didn't want the relationship to go down under, and it was going to be hard for him to allow that to happen, and that made him even more stressed and more anxious about this damn passport. But what he realized, firstly, when he decided to apply the letting go, he said, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Firstly, being able to let go of that, just saying like, okay, if this relationship doesn't work, it probably wasn't even worth actually having the relationship, because it wasn't that strong if it can't go, 1 week without being able to be together. But then also like realizing like it's not that important. You kind of just sit there and you think about the fact that like, okay, if this doesn't go through, am I going to be okay? Yeah, I'm going to be okay. I still got God. I'm going to be all right. I'll be able to figure it out. And all he had to do was sit there and do that for like a couple minutes or however long he did it for. And then all of a sudden it all went away. The stress, the anxiety, he's like, okay, if it happens, it happens. Lo and behold, boom, the freaking passport pops up right after he freaking does that. And that is the power of letting go. Realizing that the more that you are having your attachment to it, the more that you're pushing away a lot of stuff, the more that it's going to be wrapped up in anxiety and stress. Whether that's a relationship, a friendship, a career job that you want to get, whatever it might be, or you're doing something like this, YouTube, whatever it might be. But the more that we're able to let go, the more that stuff actually ends up just working out, the more that we can trust God with that stuff. So our attachments are the thing that it's really going to affect us, and it's really going to make our life a lot harder than it has to be. But the number one thing that he talks about in the book is if you have a fear of God, it's more powerful than anything that you could ever have. Because when you replace the attachment to all this stuff with a fear of God, but also just a love of God, it's more of an awe of God, and knowing that all you need is God. God supplies your love, God supplies your joy, God supplies your peace. No matter your situation, no matter your circumstance, all of a sudden you become somebody that is so elevated that nobody can bring you down. It's something so powerful, because for me and my girlfriend, in the past, it's like, I never realized that it was attached to, you don't want the relationship to mess up. You don't want it to like go bad. You want to be there, you want to give them love because you want them to feel loved and you want the relationship to go perfect. But that was so causing so much arguments, so much stress, because it's like, oh, if our night out, or if a night out didn't go perfect between us, I felt like, oh, that was my fault. Now is the relationship gonna be okay? Is she gonna be all right? And it was to small extents that you didn't even really realize it at the time. But I realized that would cause a lot of stuff where you're trying to hold up an image, you're trying to hold up them being happy, being joyous, and you're trying to supply that to them because you feel like, oh, I have to give them that. But the more that you're able to let go, the more that you're able to be okay, no matter how they're feeling. You're bringing the joy. You have this inner joy, love, peace, You're bringing it to them. And even if they're mad, upset, or they're just not feeling it that day, you don't feel an attachment to like, oh, I need to make them happy. Oh, I need to make them joyous. Of course, we're trying, but we don't need to. And it's something so powerful because all of a sudden I start seeing her raise up to my state versus me going down and getting upset with her. I'm just gonna hold on to my joy and happiness, even if she needs some time alone, she's a little bit upset, and all of a sudden it starts to help her because I'm realizing that it's passing on that joy and love and peace a lot faster than getting into a freaking argument or anything like that. But this is so powerful because what it basically talks about in the book is having it on the inside ourselves. This is something I'm also learning from Owen Cook, and what he basically talks about is being able to have your own joy, peace, and love and happiness on the inside means that you're not pinging in off of other people and trying to get it from other people where you're all needy. You're like, I need your approval, I need your love, I need anything like that. But the more that you place it into God, the more that we're just given it. And that's our most powerful, most magnetic, most charismatic state that you could be in. So if you guys are dealing with something right now, maybe you lost something, maybe you lost a dog, maybe you lost a family member, maybe you broke up recently, whatever it might be, just remember, God might be trying to put you into his presence because that's the most powerful place that you could be. And if you can place yourself into his presence, you're going to come back even stronger because now all you need is God. You realize that you can get through that with God. Love you guys very much, man. Hope you guys having an amazing one today, man. It's a beautiful sunny day out here. Love you guys. Peace.